All right, we're going to do a draft for now of the top revenge games. And this can be revenge in any direction. Player, coach, both ways. Who knows? Who cares? Let's try it. Best revenge games for 2025 based upon the schedule as it is now officially released. Chris, what do you got?
I can't help but to go with the Super Bowl rematch, especially the fact that it's week 2. It's still fresh. It's week 2. It's still fresh. And both teams, the Eagles and the Chiefs, will have a long period of time to prepare and be ready for it. Let alone it's going to be tough opening games. So I look at that, and then, the Chiefs get them at home in Kansas City, so their fan base will want it too and all of that. So, not that you get that Super Bowl championship back, but you do get a little bit of a better taste in your mouth here for the 2025 season.
See, I'm more likely to find the word revenge in some sort of gratuitous indignity. And the fact that the Eagles lined up and kicked the crap out of the Chiefs, there's nothing gratuitous about that. I don't feel like the Chiefs need revenge. The Chiefs should be mad at themselves because they didn't answer the bell. And I say that as the preface to Week 1, my second favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with my all-time favorite quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, going to the Jets, because Aaron, the king of self-victimization, will find a way, and it won't be that hard, to make himself pissed off at the Jets. We already know he is. He showed up on his own dime. We'll have a bake sale for you, Aaron. Flew cross-country, got disrespected by Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji. He's already pissed off. He doesn't like that they didn't want him. He doesn't like that the way they handled it. He'll have himself all stirred up when he goes back to MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. That's revenge in his mind, because the Jets were gratuitous in their rejection of Aaron Rodgers, and he can't wait to take it out on Woody Johnson, frickin' Frack, and the new coach and GM.
Who do you think you'd be more excited to take it out on, the Jets or the Packers?
Probably the Jets. I think he's feeling nostalgic about the Packers.
Yeah,
there was some reporting, some commentary that I think he understands he had it pretty good in Green Bay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'd be interesting. But, we can make a whole draft almost Aaron Rodgers in this department, just as far as revenge for him. The next one I'm going to go to here is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, Seahawks, Vikings, revenge, right? Vikings at Seahawks. And I believe that was, week 15 or week 13, excuse me. But that in itself, Sam Darnold's going to look across the field and go, damn, I went 14-3 last year. We went to the playoffs. We had one of the better teams in the league, and you guys threw me away so quickly and didn't want me. It's unbelievable. So, do I think there's going to be revenge on the mind there? He'll say all the things that he needs to say and all that. But, that's a day where he'll be motivated to want to show up J.J. McCarthy and tell the Vikings in his own way that they made the wrong choice at quarterback there.
Or it's the Vikings taking revenge on the guy who pissed down his leg in Week 18 and had wide open guys in the end zone and threw the ball into the third row of the stands. Maybe the Vikings are the ones who want revenge.
Yeah.
Hey, you'd still be here, Sam, if you hadn't failed in your biggest career game.
I think they got the revenge on the game plan they gave him in the playoff game then, Mike, because they didn't do shit for him. They didn't block for him. Nobody got open. So that's what I would say to that.
True.
Yeah.
True. Okay. How about the New England Patriots taking on the Tennessee Titans? Because, look, Mike Vrabel should not have been fired by the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans have been a dysfunctional mess for the past several years. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now, especially because they have Cam Ward. Let's see how this settles in. But ownership there will glom on to, I like what this guy's saying. He's in charge. Everybody else out. Oh, wait, I like this guy. Everybody else out. And it just kind of pivots around. And at some point, Mike Vrabel fell out of favor, and he's a guy who's proven he can coach, and he absolutely will have a chip on his shoulder and a stick up his ass when it's time to play the Titans.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They did him wrong. It seems like it, at least. And they were also crazy in getting rid of him in general to begin with, as we know, and I think we all agree, and a lot of people do. He's one of the better coaches in football. And here he is already in just, the season hasn't even started, and they got things set up in a way where you feel like, he's going to be able to get his revenge the way that team looks there. I think, I'm going back and forth here and I'm looking at personal things and all that, but I'm going to take just one that's easy here. I'm going to go to our first game of the year, Sunday Night Football, back to the scene of the crime. I'm going to go there. The Ravens are got to be looking at it. They got to be sick. The Ravens, I think I picked Eagles-Ravens late in the year to happen in the Super Bowl. The Ravens at the end of the regular season were the best team in the AFC. I don't have no doubt about that. But they blew it. They blew it with the early season losses, and of course they blew it up there in Buffalo like we talked about with self-inflicted wounds. Never got stopped on offense, just messed the game up. All right, we know Josh Allen made a few plays, and then there was the bad throw at the end of the game. But that's revenge, and I do think that Baltimore will be highly motivated to kind of erase that and be motivated because their tough early season schedule to get off on the right foot.
I thought about going with some of these potential Ben Johnson games, Bears, Lions, because he left and he stayed in the division. Bears, Packers, because Johnson's been talking some stuff about
that's
Matt
a good
LaFleur.
one.
But I'm gonna go with I think the one that is the most compelling and will become even more compelling next week. The one that was randomly announced earlier this week, the Week 10 Monday night game between the Packers and Eagles. Because the Packers are the ones that put their name on the proposal to get rid of the tush-push. And even though the Eagles are still going to have a kick-ass quarterback sneak, they clearly want to keep the tush-push on the books. They've been fighting it aggressively, and that'll be the angle. Once the tush-push is dead, the Packers will be identified with killing the tush-push. And the Eagles will do everything they can to kill the Packers that night. They may run a quarterback sneak every snap on offense that night and just cram the ball down the Packers' throats.
Can't you see like Nick Sirianni and the Eagles getting the opening kickoff and having the ball at their own 30-yard line, and the first play of the game they run the quarterback sneak? I really
think it'd be awesome.
I could see the Eagles doing that. And just being like, so what? It's second and 6. Right. Exactly. I could see them doing it on the first play for sure to kind of send a message. I would not be shocked by that. We know Sirianni and that Eagles team can be chippy.
The game is at Lambeau Field, and the Packers should be very happy about that because Eagles fans will not be thrilled because in their mind, the Packers are the ones who are responsible for taking away their thing. We're losing our thing, and it's the Packers' fault. They're the ones who put their name on it. No one else was putting their name on it, and the Packers did. Let's take a break. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.